What is up, everybody? Welcome back to baseball on youtube.com/Shaunosaurus where you can catch new baseball games every single day at 1 p.m. Pacific time. All you have to do is scroll down, subscribe, and ring that bell, and you'll be notified for all the baseball goodness in franchise mode with the Seattle Mariners and Road to the Show with Chad Champ and the Milwaukee Brewers. Very narrow market, but I hope it's a dedicated market. All right. Finally, for the first time in literally 2 weeks, we have a new team to face in our franchise mode. It's been all Diamondbacks and Astros over the last 2 weeks. We finally get a new team coming in here. It's the Boston Red Sox. We played Boston all the way back in the early part of the season. It was a 4-game set in Boston. Got a series victory. It was the first series victory that we had since San Francisco. And coming off of, let's see, what is that? That's 2 wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Going 2-14. It was so bad. We were like 4-14. Oh, God. Remember those days? Anyway. Had a good series in Boston. Lost a couple games in a row, but bounced back. Got back on in Houston and kind of started to get things going in the right direction. But it's interesting because I think as far as let's see, as far as post All-Star break, Colorado was a new team that we had faced. And I think Kansas City was another new team in Arizona. So we've really only seen a few different teams. We've seen Tampa Bay in New York, but we had Tampa Bay in Seattle earlier in the season. We had New York in Seattle earlier in the season as well, I believe. Yeah, right before the All-Star break. So we had seen most of the teams, like, we'd seen them in some form or fashion before, but we did finally get some new teams. We got to see Arizona for the first time. We got to see Kansas City for the first time recently. But we're bringing back an oldie but a goodie, Boston. I don't remember where I was going with that sentence. I lost track of it because I was looking for the Yankees thing, and I just forgot what was happening. Mariners coming off of a 1-0 victory, walk-off victory against the Arizona Diamondbacks in the previous game, yesterday's game. Thrilling finish. Got a cool rookie card out of it. Puts the Mariners, though, they put Casey Sadler on the mound with 90 wins, 53 losses. He has 15 of those wins, 4 of those losses charged to him, 2.61 ERA. Chris Sale on the other side, 11-11, 3.64 ERA. And Boston is just over 500 at 73-72 as we enter game number 144 of the season. We'll get a quick update on the standings. Again, the Angels still just cannot catch a break. We have eliminated 2 of the teams for contention in the division. The Astros are 8 games away from being eliminated themselves. Angels with a good lead on those Astros, who are currently in second place in the American League wild card. So the Angels looking really good to lock up a wild card spot. The Astros, beneficiaries of the Yankees, Cleveland, and Boston, all on losing streaks. A couple game losing streak is the start of a streak, but still, neither of those teams have been able to get any sort of ground on that second spot, which is good for Houston, because they have not been playing particularly well over the last couple of weeks. But that is not for us to concern ourselves with. We need to worry about Boston. Just take care of ourselves. We've been doing an amazing job at matching Los Angeles, the Angels, step for step. When we win, or when they win, we win. When they lose, we're fine to lose. We haven't necessarily been able to punish them when they lose, but we haven't lost any ground when we lose. So that is good news. Final 3 games of a brief 6-game homestand. Oh, hold on, is it open? Okay. Okay. I'm going to Seeger here. Evan White. Oh, hold on. Where's Ty France, natural third baseman, perfect. And then Evan White can be subbed out for Tom Murph, or Shedlong Jr., excuse me. We do have a couple of new guys on the team. We have Taylor Trammell and Brandon Bishop. These were, I believe, part of the September call-ups. So we have another couple of guys in the outfield. Both of them very fast, 85 and 91 speed, respectively. Their ratings are just very low. But actually not that much lower than he has decent power too. We should maybe give him a little bit of a try at the plate. We could put him in left. He's not much of an overall reduction. He loses a little bit of power here and there, but that's to be expected. That speed though is really good. What else can he play? He can play in right. That might be too much of a drop for Haniger. Fraley? Fraley can play in right. I don't know why they have him out. Oh, because it's a left-handed pitcher. Trammell's a lefty as well. We'll go Trammell in that second spot, and we'll get some speed in the outfield today. You know what I could do? Shedlong Jr. is a second baseman. We can flip. We'll flip Haniger to the DH spot. We're getting wild here. And then in right field, we'll put Jake Fraley. We will have nothing but speed in the outfield today. And good speed, too. We're going to be a good, speedy lineup today. I don't know. Let's see. Lewis, Haniger. Yeah, that'll be probably a little better. I don't know if this is a good lineup, but I don't know. I like it. Let's get weird, huh? Let's get a little ballsy. Let's give Trammell some experience here in the outfield. 91 speed, decent power off righties, not great power off of lefties, who he's facing today. We'll follow him up with good power. We'll give Fraley some experience some play time in right. It is a secondary position, but that's fine. We've been playing him in left. It's a secondary position. It's been okay. Shedlong Jr. gets to play second base. That'll work. We're getting some guys some rest. A couple of guys some rest. We'll see if we can do something with Brandon Bishop as well. We'll try to get him some playing time as well. He has more of the Donnie Walton, Sam Haggerty sort of like really low power, like really fast though. That's cool. I'm looking forward to this lineup. It would be nice if Sam Haggerty could crack the starting lineup for a day or two. He's getting a bit impatient spending so much time on the bench. Do I really have a spot for him? I don't know if I really want. Oh God, it's such bad power. I guess I'll put him in. This is gonna futz around with my lineup here. Hold on, hang on. Sam Haggerty. He can bat last, so we'll loop the speed around to the top of the lineup. His power is so bad, though. That's fine. That's fine. Keep the players happy. Let them play. I didn't realize that Haggerty hasn't played for a while. Brandon Bishop hasn't seen playing time recently. She can consider giving a spot in the starting lineup today. I'm going to go ahead and skip that one. He just got here. He literally just got here. I plan on putting him in tomorrow. We're fine. It'll be fine. All right, here we go. Mariners baseball. Scroll down, subscribe, ring that bell while this loads. 90 and 53. We need 10 games to get to 100 wins. I think we can go like 10 and 9 over the next 19 games, and we can get 100 wins and 62 losses. We have a little bit of a lefty-heavy lineup here today, which is maybe not the best case scenario against a lefty pitcher, but it'll be okay. Also, that took so long. I apologize. I didn't realize how long that took.
Baseball under the lights here at T-Mobile Park. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the Boston Red Sox and the Seattle Mariners. Mariners baseball starts right now.
Casey Sadler, 27 games with a 15-4 record, 2.61 ERA, 162.1 innings pitched, 96 strikeouts, 6 walks. We might be able to get him to 100 strikeouts as well.
He's going to look to add to that total in this one here today.
Now into the box, Alex Verdugo. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
The center fielder, number 99, Alex Verdugo.
All right, so we're going to start with a curveball, and we are underway here in Seattle. I'll turn my camera on here in just a second. That was an awful pitch. Nice grab, though. I'll take that. Yesterday's game was just miserable by both teams. That was the fastest game I've ever played. It was like an hour and 1 minute.
And into hit next, it'll be Austin Slater.
Because they didn't keep having interruptions of like, back in the 4th inning, we'll flash you back. So there's nothing to flash back to in the 4th inning.
Grounded back up the middle.
There you go. I like the way this is starting. I'm a big fan of this. Casey Sadler works with a sinker, curveball, a cutter, and a changeup.
And now the first pitch.
Almost looked at a 3-pitch inning there.
These batters are going to have to bear down because if he's got that good pitch working, it's going to be a long game. They might have to sit off speed.
Curveball close, but it's 1-1. And fellas, you take a look at these Seattle Mariners at the start of play here tonight. They begin this series feeling pretty good about the way things have gone as they come in riding a 4-game winning streak.
Yeah, Matty, this is going to be an interesting watch for me. I can only think back to when you're facing an ace. The team's playing well, you're calm.
Look at that. 5-pitch inning. There we go. That is a great start for the Mariners. And Trammell just gets to like hang out in left field. Just chill. Chris Sale. He's on the mound for Boston. Excuse me. 29 starts, 11-11 record, 3.64 ERA, 192.2 innings pitched, 173 hits given up, 228 strikeouts, 42 walks.
He's been good all season long.
228 strikeouts. Damn. Now, I have not been playing particularly well here over the last series of games. We'll see if maybe a better pitcher is helpful. That's a nasty slider. But it has been rough offensively. We've won 4 games in a row. We had the big lead in Houston that nearly evaporated in the 9th inning. Got a solid win against Arizona. Almost gave it all away against Arizona in Game 2. Yikes. Watch the slider further off the plate.
An ugly swing right there. He's having a monster season, so I'm going to give him a free pass.
Almost gave it away in the 9th inning against Arizona in game number 2. That'll work.
And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning.
And then obviously the walk-off win yesterday. Neither team played well. I mean, that was an awful experience for everyone involved, if I'm being honest with you. All right, Trammell. You don't have a ton of power. That's okay. It's lefty on lefty. That was a big swing and a miss right there. That's okay, though. I honestly have no idea how long these guys have been on my team. Too early on this slider. So his fastball is lowest 94, his slider highest at 82.
The 0-1 on its way. On
Oh.
to the second baseman, but the runner is back
Dang.
to avoid the double play.
Just early on it.
Batting third, the center fielder, Kyle Lewis.
Up next, Kyle Lewis. And he's carrying a batting average of just over 300. So clearly he's been a productive player with the bat in his hand so far.
So he's been leading off with the slider, first
Here's
pitch.
a look, now the pitch.
Oh, that's a four seam. Interesting.
Hey, when you're featuring a mid-90s fastball like this pitcher, attack with that pitch. Get ahead. Get the offense on their toes. That opens up the off-speed pitches later in the game.
Oh, 1 count and the pitch.
Oh, God.
Behind that fastball,
Oh,
it's a swing and
God.
a strike. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Gary Simmons.
Dero, this Gary Simmons, he's the kind of umpire that pitchers really like to throw to.
Yeah, I'm okay with it, though, Dan. You want to go east-west, I'll make the adjustment. It's the north-south that'll kill you.
And a slider just about gets
I
away
hit
from
B,
it
but
there.
thankfully
Surprised
that,
it didn't get too close for comfort.
Animation overtook what I
Leads off
tried to
first
swing.
with 1 away. Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2.
We just saw a fastball right there. I would not be shocked if he tries to get this guy to go fishing right here and drops a little off-speed pitch in the dirt.
He takes strike 3 called on the fastball.
I was looking off speed. I was looking for that slider. Froze me up.
On first in a double play situation, so you expect to see a lot of pitches down in the zone. So I think that pitch up right there was a good one. Obviously, the double play is more efficient, but you're always going to take a K when you're on the mound.
Now to the plate, here is Kyle Seeger. It's been a big season for him in the power department, closing in on a home run title.
And what's amazing about this, Dan, you see guys get hot. And when they get hot, it's usually base hits and doubles. Not the case with this monster. He's driving everything he sees out of the ballpark.
Absolute pitcher's nightmare right now.
We are 2 home runs away from 50 with
It
Kyle
better be a
Seeger,
good one,
which is
because
nice.
If you hang it, he's going to bang it.
The 1-0.
That was a terrible pitch. His sales release point is a little tricky to read. I keep thinking it looks like a slider because of the way it comes in, and then it's a fastball. That one was a slider. That was really early on.
A swing and a miss on a ball way outside the strike zone, and the inning is over.
A little bit of an auto swing
Still
mode.
nothing.
And just awful. Just absolutely awful offense over the last couple of games.
Cleanup hitter J.D. Martinez. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
Like, our runs per game are actively going down over the last 3 games because of how bad it's been. I don't think it's going down by much, but definitely going down.
Ball there for a strike. Martinez is a prolific power hitter, and you probably didn't need me to tell you that. Doesn't matter what kind of pitching he faces, there's a lot of pop in that bat. Good cut
We do have a new opportunity to unlock
You could tell by
a
his balance
Allen
on
and
that swing,
Ginter.
He's seeing the ball really good. His timing is right there,
Whoop.
and I expect him to catch something clean.
A ball and
Allen and
2 strikes.
Ginter, World's Champions baseball cards. New series, new opportunity for a pack opening at the end of the series.
This is on the ground over to first. Seeger has it. Throw is in time for the first out of the second.
Batting fifth, the first baseman, Bobby Dahlbeck.
So coming to the plate, Bobby Dahlbeck, and he's a guy that's really scuffling at the plate right now.
Oh my God. 1 for 20? Jesus. Who is he? Me in a spelling test in 5th grade? Beautiful.
plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Grounded to short. Reined in.
Nice.
First, but it's too late as the first base
Oh.
umpire says they just missed getting him at the bat.
Oh.
And that was
I thought that was an out. We'll take a look here.
Could see a challenge from them here.
I wasn't so sure about him being safe either, but let's take another look. Not easy to tell from this shot. Tough call on this one.
We're gonna challenge it. I think he's out.
And indeed, they will elect to challenge the call. So
I played 100
We'll
and
take a look at all the available
I don't know 30 games or something like that before I realized they actually show you a replay. Because they show it and it's just like
Evidence to overturn this call?
they're like, hey, do you want to challenge that? And I just immediately be like, yep, challenge it. Fuck it, let's go.
Okay, umpires look ready, and off comes the headset, and he's out. So the original call is overturned.
There we
and it
go.
ends up being a
Nice
well-used
play.
challenge there.
Upon video review, the call it safe at first base has been overturned, and the batter ruled out.
Next batter to the plate, Brian Goodwin. Bouncer to the left side. He's got it.
He's out.
Play at first, but he's called out, and the side is retired.
Wow. I don't think we've even gotten anything really out of the infield.
No score.
Maybe Fraley had one? No, I don't think that's true.
Stepping in now is Mitch Haniger, and he'll step in to start things out against Chris Sale.
10-game hitting streak for Haniger. 4-seam slider, changeup, 2-seam.
Here comes the first pitch. Sale has his target. Here it comes on 1-0. This is hit high in the air out toward
Not
left
gonna get
center.
out.
Chasing after it is Verdugo. He's there and records the first out.
There's not enough pop on that power swing right there. I felt like it was pretty good.
So now
Timing wasn't quite there, but
he had a couple of hits in yesterday's contest.
Jake Fraley. Did I miss a substitution somewhere?
First pitch of the AB now.
I should have put Fraley probably lower in the lineup.
Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1. In there, and he's ahead 0-2
Ooh, I
now.
thought that was going to bite further outside.
Great strikeout stuff and exceptional command on the mound to go with it. A rare combination, but one that makes him one of the best in our sport.
Matty V, you talked about it. He doesn't walk a whole lot of guys. Well, if you don't walk a lot of guys, that means you have to throw the ball in the strike zone. And when you do with great stuff like this guy has, he racks up the strikeouts. There aren't a lot of guys that get strikeouts by throwing the ball in the strike zone. This is one of the few that does it.
Okay.
And now the first pitch. Hard hit it.
Oh, damn it.
Throw in time, and the side is retired.
Really early on that.
Clearly enjoying their time here at the ballpark, as are we.
Hell
It's
yeah.
back to Seattle right after this.
There's one hit in this game. Hi, Heidi. Hi, Heidi.
Good pitching from their Mariners this season. With the lowest team ERA in the league, it's clear they typically post solid outing after solid outing. And one of the members of their coaching staff told me a big part of that has come from their ability to limit the long ball, a category they also lead the league in. He said that forces the opposing lineups to really string together hits in order to score, because a bloop and a blast is just not something you're going to get off of us. Guys, this appears to be a really tough group of pitchers to barrel up.
Thank you, Heidi.
I hope that we're a tough group of pitchers to barrel up. All right, we got a little sinker action coming at this guy.
Deal. Here comes the first
Start
pitch.
the top half of the third.
Michael Chavis is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. And no
Ooh,
swing,
boy.
apparently, ball 1.
Not a great pitch there.
A little bit outside. 2-1.
Calm down. Calm down. We're good.
And, ooh, he's really given some leeway on the outside edge here.
A little surprised that was a strike. I thought that'd be a ball. I mean, that wasn't much different than that first pitch. Or the previous pitch, I should say.
Now, pitch on the way.
Excuse me. Fuck me. What is going on? He's all he's wanted is we're going cutter.
It's nearly impossible to hit.
Pitch popped up. And he'll stay
There
with
we
it
go.
here as he puts the squeeze on it for
It's a pretty long at bat. Everything was a sinker until I threw that cutter in there. It worked the way I wanted it to. Got the out.
Actually quite a bit better hitting on the road than he is at
So
home.
that was helpful. Just had him try to go up the ladder. Sinker. I don't know if I may have said that
First
incorrectly,
delivery to
but
him.
that one's too low. Okay.
Now the 1-0. Third inning, no score to this point. And he's keeping it down here, and that's a called strike 2. Two and two to Adam Frazier.
Ooh, tried to get him on that edge there. Just couldn't. Just could not do it.
Back up, and this is off the second base bag. And they will recover and throw him out at first. And that is a bizarre play.
What?
So 2 out, nobody on.
What?
And the next
What
batter is
just
left-handed
happened?
Catcher Alex Avila.
What is going on? Let's go to a replay. Hey, welcome back to Wannabe Breakdown here in the middle of a game, or maybe a separated out video if I can figure out how to fix my computer and get a DLL file to correctly reinstall. We have a weird play in the Red Sox Mariners game. We have a 0-0 score with the Red Sox up here in the top half of the third inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. As we have Frazier, he is up to the plate right now. We have on the mound is Casey Sadler. Sadler been cruising here, doing pretty well. He has a pitch count of 23 so far, which is very good. It's a very casual throw. I forget exactly what pitch this is, but it doesn't matter because it's contacted. Now, immediately I'm thinking, oh, look at this is going right back up. Sadler might be able to get this ball, but it goes just under his glove, like right by his feet. Maybe not just under his glove, but it goes under his glove. Now it gets here, and you go, okay, the game has given me control of Kyle Lewis, and I'm going to make a run toward the ball and just try and get it into second, so it stays at so he stays at first. But the ball has other plans because it doesn't clear the bag. Instead, it hits the very front of this second base right here, and it goes up into the sky, where a very attentive Sam Haggerty makes a good read on it, goes in. I think it gave me control, which is kind of why he took a weird step here. He's like going, but I think because the game gave me Lewis and then kind of switched me here, I was running in a different pattern, so it kind of pulled him to the left for like no reason, but I think it's just because the game switched me to it. Makes a nice grab here. Now, for some reason, actually, you know what? Let's go with this. He makes a nice throw, off balance throw, all the way over here, and it somehow is an out. In a very weird play, we have Kyle Seeger over here on first, making a very nice pose. I love this. Look at this staying alive action we have going on here. Let's just Frazier, get out of the way, please. Look at this. John Travolta 2 right here, ladies and gentlemen. Staying alive. Now, how the hell is Frazier out? He has, even with this weird bobble off the, trying to get it back on the ball here, I apologize. Even with this weird bobble, he probably still has enough time to get to first base. Like, this is a weird bounce. It stays in the air for a little bit, kind of hangs up there. Haggerty throws it like way off balance. It's a pretty tight play. Taking a look here, he sets his base path. He sets where he wants to run. And as he starts to go, he really widens to go to second because he thinks it's going to clear. He thinks it's probably going to clear this bag here. But what's weird is he widens it after it hits the bag. Like, there's no reason for him to go this far outside. I think his coach is probably telling him, "You look really good running, Frazier. You look good. You're handsome. You look so good there." But because he takes such a wide path, it gives Haggerty, who has pretty good speed, just enough time to get the out. The second out in the top of the third inning. Very weird play, a very bizarre out. And then he just has to go back to the dugout. There you go. It's a weird one. This one's very odd. This one is not brought to you by anything because it just kind of just happened. Bopped in the air, throws over to first, and he's out because he took a weird path to the base. Hey, that's been another Wannabe Breakdown right here on youtube.com/SeanDeSaurusRex. If you want more baseball, be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring that bell so you're notified when I post new videos, new Mariners games every single day at 1 p.m. Pacific time right here. We're in game, this is game number 144, I believe. So we're nearing the end of the season. If this is out of season, check back in 2022. Just go to youtube.com/SeanDeSaurusRex. Make sure you subscribe, ring the bell, and you'll be notified when I post new videos like baseball games starting next season. There you go. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you in another video. Goodbye. I don't have there's not a good way because I usually do the outro stuff and I give it like 10 seconds, but I don't want to put that in the middle of a baseball game, so I feel like that's weird. All right. Well, that was fun.
Pitch on its way to Avila.
That was a terrible curveball. Foul, foul, foul. All right, reset ourselves here. Out number 2 just happened, so 0-2 count, 2 down here in the top of the third.
And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground at the left.
He unfortunately only has 5 speed. That kind of artificially lengthens this video as well. I got to start getting quick hits to get us back on track.
No score. Digging in now for the Mariners, Tom Murphy. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
Yay. Stop me if you've heard that one before. He'll start things out in a tie ball game.
Sales ready. Here comes the first pitch. In there.
That's a low four-seam fastball.
Well located fastball.
So let's see,
right there.
26,
If he continues to do
27.
that, he'll pitch deep into this one.
And that misses 1-1.
That is a surprising ball right there.
Doesn't throw him off his game right here. He's been pitching one heck of a game, and I'd hate to see the umpire get in his head right now.
Now the 1-1 pitch.
That got over the third baseman. That's a nice little hit right there.
That base hit was screaming off the bat, and our show track technology more than confirms it. 111 miles an hour was the exit velocity of that line drive.
Sam Haggerty.
At the plate now, Sam Haggerty.
And on the first
That one's
pitch, he
foul.
grounds
Way
foul.
late. Haggerty making that excellent play in the previous half inning. Now up to bat. Nobody out. 0-1. 1 on. Mariners with a good home stand. 3-0 so far. Way inside.
That's not an easy pitch to do anything with, right? 96 miles an hour in on the hands. You almost have to be looking for that pitch to be able to do anything with that.
And he popped him up. In there.
That is a little bloop shot, and that'll work. We'll leave Murphy at second because he is very slow. He's a 37 speed.
Singles right there. They're in prime position to put the first run on the board right here.
Have you watched any Mariners game this season? This is where the weak contact, the weak power kind of gets the better of me. I love the speed. Ooh, boy, that was just way early.
Base hit in his first trip.
I feel like we have to move more station to station rather than... I mean, if we can get like a Lewis or a Seeger up.
He pulls this one into right. Lays himself out and makes a spectacular...
Another fucking diving catch against me. Well, there have been so many of those since that Houston series.
One gone now in the Mariners' third inning, and that'll bring up Taylor Trammell.
All right, he looked at a four-seam and a slider.
First pitch on the way. As Sale
Oh
will get
my
the upper
God.
hand to start the at-bat here at strike one.
Hey, this is a left-handed hitter that can fly down the line. If they want to turn two, they're going to have to be almost perfect.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit weakly back to the mound. To second for one, but one's all they were ever going to get.
Wow.
The inning will
Shout out to
continue.
his incredible 91 speed.
Now to the plate, Kyle Lewis, and their runners at the corners now.
A lot of fastballs last time.
As a look, now the pitch.
Ooh, that was a changeup. Ah, gross.
Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. A check on first by Sale, and the runner back.
Now, Trammell does give us one of our better options to try and steal. However, I just don't feel like I do it correctly. I probably went.
He checks his swing. Did he go around? Yes, says the first base umpire. Strike 2. A pause, and the 0-2. A bouncer up the middle. Bogarts to his left. He's there. Go on to first to be in time, and the Mariner rally gets turned away as the inning is over. Mariners leave a couple. We'll head to the fourth. Still
It's
scoreless.
just more miserable offense for Seattle. Just miserable. I'm not... I started doing the contact swing stuff, and it was actually working pretty well. I've gotten a little out of sync with that. I'm not doing a great job with
We're not
it.
seeing a lot of offense in this one, but there's still some game left. I'm looking to see these guys, both offenses, make some notable adjustments.
Thankfully, the defense has been good enough to hold us together, so...
Well, if you love pitching and
Hold us
defense,
close.
this is
Tiny
the game
dancer.
for you.
Now Toronto can't even... Well, never mind. Toronto's in first place in the East. Never mind.
So many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see.
I was going to say Toronto couldn't catch a break because they were trying to gain ground on Houston. Both Toronto and Houston won. But I forgot that Toronto took first place in the American League East.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Here's a little chopper up the middle. Scooped up. Throw to first in time.
Just barely got him. If he was... Yeah, he didn't have to be that much faster to beat that out. That was a real slow
Next up is
developing
Slater.
play there.
He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. And now the first pitch. Here's the 0-1.
That's inside. You're a piece of shit.
hit hard to center field. And
Nice grab, Kyle Lewis.
there, and there are 2 away now.
It's nice that we've been matched with bad hitting for both sides. It's not just the Mariners looking like trash. It's Boston and Seattle. Both just kind of swinging at everything.
Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
And even with that lovely replay,
First offering.
oh, come on. We're still right about where we would be in a normal game.
We're scoreless in inning number 4. Takes this the other way to right. And there's the first hit of the game for the Red Sox.
Now back, left field, J.D.
And that'll bring up J.D. Martinez. He gets a shot to hit here in the inning following the 2-out single.
Yeah, that hit might not amount to much, but anytime you can extend an inning and give a guy with plenty of pop a chance to swing it, the outlook of an inning changes dramatically.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch.
There's a nice curveball inside, like that low inside corner.
One of the biggest factors on how long you're going to go with a start is how many first pitches.
Thank God that was a strike. I thought that might have been called a ball, but no. It was a nice strike. And we'll go sinker.
He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing hard liner to left center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So now they'll have runners on the corners.
We're good, we're good, we're good.
Well, D-Roll, that looked like a pretty easy inning to start. All of a sudden, 2 outs and back-to-back singles.
We're good.
Runners
Everything's
at first and
fine.
third. Yeah, they put traffic on it. I guess I would throw it back at you, Dan. You get 2 quick outs right there, and then you get 2 base hit knocks. Are you even concerning yourself with the traffic on the bases, or are you just trying to execute that next pitch?
You know what happens a lot of times, D-Roll? And a base
Wow.
hit come in to score, and that gives the Red Sox a 1-0 lead.
Huh. So that was 2 outs and then just 3 singles, huh?
Straight singles.
Just 3 straight fucking singles.
Yeah, nothing hit
Fuck
extremely
off.
hard. Killing them softly, station to station with those knocks.
Into the box, Brian Goodwin.
Had him 0-2 as well in that, fuck me. God damn it.
Martinez over at second. Dahlbeck on at first with 2 down. Down the third baseline. And that's a fair ball as this one gets by him at third. And he's going to score with ease as the throw will be too late.
Pitcher executed his pitch.
What the fuck is going on?
To beat it into the ground. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about it as a pitcher.
I can't get out of this inning, and that's really frustrating. That was a sinker that was late, way out of the fucking zone, and he still went down and got it.
So here's Michael Chavis now, and it's grounded just foul down the line. He popped out in his first trip. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Hit on the ground to short. Fielded cleanly. Throw is in time, and they're able to avoid the huge inning here as the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits. No errors and a couple of men left on. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. The Red Sox are out in front 2-0. Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th. And set to go as the veteran first
Let's see.
baseman.
I'm just curious if I can do anything myself to get us back into this game. We're in the bottom of the 4th, 34
Sale has
pitches.
his target. Here's the pitch. As he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1.
Man, he's looking sharp so far. 80% of his first pitches are for strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Oof, and it's safe to say he doesn't look all that comfortable up there. 0-2 now. Now here's a swing and a ground ball for Frazier at second. And that's out number 1.
I would not be surprised if I keep batting this poorly. It might drop it down to beginner. I am all out of timing, rhythm. I'm all out of sync. We've seen pitchers who probably aren't rated super highly be very effective against us. And then we have Chris Sale, who has a really high-speed fastball and a just
First
awful
pitch of the
slider.
AB on its way. And very quickly there, they're 2 gone to start the inning.
Really? I can't get anything?
So the next to bat will be Jake Fraley, grounded out in his last at bat.
Yeah, I understand that, Matty, but this guy's got burner wheels down the first base line. I don't think he even concerns himself with that. He has to put it on the
Jesus
ground. That's
fucking
part of what
Christ.
makes him successful.
No balls.
I've
and
probably
1
put
strike.
way too many left-handed at-bats in
Wind
this
up
in
and
this
the
lineup.
0-1. Got him out on his front foot. It's 0-2.
So he goes back to back with the same pitch and got him to chase it both times. He's clearly not picking up that pitch very well.
So he was confident doubling up. Does he triple up on it?
It's always tough to go back to back to back. It's not a good idea to show a good hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row. Boy, after that base knock right there, D-Roll, he extends his hitting streak to 7 games.
Yeah, and you can tell he's made some necessary adjustments at the plate. Anytime you're getting a knock every day of the week, you're doing things right. He's keeping that front shoulder tucked.
That's an out.
staying inside
All right.
the
Well,
ball.
it was fun while it lasted, I guess. Fuck off. I'm so tired of this shit.
1 left for Seattle. They
I'm
trail
just hitting it
for
right to the
2-0.
defenders. They went through so many fucking batters last time. They got 4 fucking singles. So
New
irritated.
inning set to get underway, and that brings up Adam Frazier.
The second baseman, Adam Frazier.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch.
It is. It's just the most frustrating is when I can't get that third out, that third strike, to get the fuck out of the inning.
Hit out towards second.
And you'll notice that Fraley has his hitting streak up to 7 games.
With a ground out.
The only game he didn't get a hit in was the finale in Arizona.
Bases are empty with 1 out.
Before that, he had 26 games.
Catcher Alex Avila.
So 33 out of the last 34 games he has a hit in one of those in those games. At least 1 hit in those games.
Curveball looked at here for strike 1.
He dropped that curveball in for a strike right there. But don't kid yourself, that's a dangerous pitch. He needs to start thinking about maybe working that back door, or that could get some serious damage done to it.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. That's inside and low. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Step out of the box, take a deep breath. After spitting on that changeup, you might have bought yourself a fastball.
And this is swung out.
I
and
don't.
missed, so
He has a
it's
cutter, I
2
guess,
down
but
to start the 5th.
Well, I'm glad we get another look at that beauty of a pitch right there. You can't spot a
First
single
strikeout for
hit in
Sadler
that
today.
location because even if you do get the bat on the ball, there's not a whole lot you could do with that. Textbook sinker.
kind of looks like the ball is resting on his foot.
Alex Verdugo digging in now. As he'll take one on the inside corner at the knees, it's strike 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. And he falls
Fouled
behind
one.
0-2.
All right, here we go. This is the pitch. This is the payoff pitch that I need to hit and get the fuck out.
Now here it comes. High in the air down the right field line. But this is going to wind up a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Oh, and he shoots this back into center field for a base hit.
Now Trammell, excellent speed, did make that a single instead of a double.
Keep the pressure on. He's given up a couple of runs early already in this game, and now he gives up the 2-out single.
Yeah, no chance right there. You want to make this guy work. You want to try and get into their pen as quick as possible. And if 2-out knocks are the answer, then so be it.
So that brings up the outfielder Austin Slater. As he'll wait out a breaking pitch here that finds the zone for strike 1. No hits to this
And I couldn't do it. I couldn't get the 2-strike, 2-out hit or pitch. Instead, I gave up the 2-strike, 2-out hit.
0-1, here it comes. grounder down the line at third. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired.
Okay. Thankfully, no damage done, but
One left for the Red Sox.
a few extra pitches I didn't really want to throw.
Add to their 2-0
We didn't even have to use anybody in the bullpen yesterday because of both pitchers had incredible pitch counts. It was an amazingly ugly game. Hi, Heidi.
During the break about his team's offensive performance so far. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said they've been chasing at pitches out of the zone all game, which obviously doesn't usually lead to good results. Until they start being more selective with their swings, he said they will continue to struggle.
All right, Heidi, thank you. And that'll bring in Tom Murphy. He leads off in the bottom of the fifth as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can tell in between innings, the veterans in that dugout going up and down the line, trying to keep this lineup from getting super frustrated. They just have to find a way to piece it together. Maybe pass the baton, get some wheels in motion, maybe get aggressive on the base pass if they can get somebody on.
Good Lord. Today's NFL games were just awful.
And delivers. And a first pitch swing. He hits a fly ball to left center. Martinez comes on and makes the catch in shallow left.
Just nothing close, really. The only game that was close today, and this dates when this video was recorded, but the only game that was really close or close at all, Miami and Atlanta.
And now the first pitch. First pitch swinging here, and he does.
That was that was a half-ass swing, and I shouldn't have gone for it. 2-0 might just be a little too much for me to climb here. I have a weird lineup today. It's way more based in speed. I'm letting Chris Sale do whatever he wants.
Pretty much an obligatory take that time.
Yeah, when the first two guys in the inning make first pitch outs, you really don't have much choice.
Oh, he had him fooled there. No
Fuck
balls and
this
two strikes.
slider.
Hey, offense needs to check itself right here. They need to make this starter a little bit more uncomfortable.
Almost just got into a bit of an auto swing mode.
1-2, the count to the Mariners shortstop.
Some weird
No
scores.
runs, 4
A
hits,
team
and
scored
no errors
5
in the game
points
for the
today.
Mariners to this point. Hit on the ground to third. Throw to first beats him easily, and the side.
All right, well,
1, 2, 3.
blink and you'll miss it.
They trail it here 2-0.
Somehow we have 4 hits. I don't. All right.
Top half of the sixth about to get started, and that'll bring forth the slugging shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. First pitch on its way. Ready with the 0-1 pitch.
There we go. I like that sinker.
A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Hey, the fish ain't biting there on that 0-2 breaking ball, but you got to be careful because this pitcher might throw him another one.
The 1-2. Misses for the second ball.
So you'd love for him to offer at that one, but the execution was flawless. Nice curveball that starts in the zone and breaks just out. Just a great take by the batter.
And all that gets him on the mound. Unable to recover. He's safe at first, and now the attention turns back to the guy on the mound. And time now to see quite where that got him. And it appeared from up here at least, and his actions on the field confirm it. It looked like it got him on his drive leg, which could be problematic, of course, for him. But from the way he's trying to walk it off, I think he's going to try to continue. Here's J.D. Martinez. Just able to
Okay,
get a piece of
well,
that for strike one.
I
He's
guess
one
we
for
got
two
our
in
one
this
lucky play earlier, I suppose.
The 0-1 grounded down the third baseline. A dive, but he can't make the play, and it's down the left field line.
I appreciate the effort.
Pitcher's got to respect that. Third baseman getting dirty right there, trying to save him some extra bases.
That'll bring up Bobby Dahlbeck. And that misses for ball one. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame.
That's a strike. God damn it.
The 1-0 delivery. Just missing here, 2-0.
Okay, now you're just having a laugh. What the fuck?
Or flip something off speed for a strike. You cannot miss over the heart of the plate in these situations. The hitter is on high alert.
Outside, 3-0 now.
If I'm in the box right now, I'm coming unglued. He is going to throw something over the heart of the plate.
Three 0 pitch.
3-1 with 2 on, and this is where you got to be geared up for something to drive. I don't think you can just groove him one right here.
Fuck.
Still have to try to make a competitive.
Shouldn't even be a fucking 3-1 count. Are you shitting me with those first 2 calls?
At first with no outs. Back up the middle, and that'll get through into center field for a base hit. The runner from second crosses the plate. It's a 3-0 game.
Hey, with that base hit right now, the lead's 3-0, and the way their pitcher is going, D-Row, that might hold up in this one.
Yeah, and you're well aware of it, Dan, as an offense, just trying to put those extra runs across the board. You can take a look at the guy on the slab, towing the slab. He's on fire right now.
I thought about Kikuchi to maybe eat an inning or 2, but we're late enough in the game where it's not that big of a deal. Also, his ERA is fucking terrible.
Chasing a bad one there. It's strike 1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far.
This has just been a fucking miserable couple innings here. And with the way I'm trying to hit against
0-1 count and the pitch. Down the first baseline.
against Chris Sale,
Get foul for strike 2.
just chalk this one up as an L.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Chopped to third, but this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. Flares this one over toward first, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Next up for the Red Sox, Michael Chavis. He was retired via the ground ball last time up.
Yeah, and I know you want to lace a line drive or hit a potential home run. But I'll tell you what, grab the cheap ribby when it's there. Give me a ground ball middle of the diamond and steal a run.
And this will kick off the base of the wall. Runner takes the turn at second on his way to third. And he's in safely to third as they also score a pair of runs on the play.
Second base.
Wow, they're hitting on all cylinders as the lead increases to 5 now. Nice job there to drive the ball into the gap and turn on the Jets for a triple.
So here's Adam Frazier. Late on that one as it's fouled off to the left side. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far.
I'd like to see the Diamondbacks and the Astros now.
Here's the 0-1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
Lots of hits given up, but so far no walks. At least he's making them work to get on base. Problem is, they haven't had to work too hard.
Count is 1-2 now. He waits. Now the pitch. Line to the right side. Base hit, and that'll get a run in.
Dan, how hard is it to massage your way through such a deep lineup? I mean, even the 8, 9-hole hitters are solid big league players.
You know, Mark, these days you're not seeing a lot of defensive specialists in the infield or outfield. If you're in that starting lineup these days, there's a pretty good job you can swing the bat.
Here's the catcher, Alex Avila, as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike 1.
This game has gotten out of hand.
This guy right out of the game. 4 runs in the inning, and they smell blood.
Boy, Dero, you hit the nail right on the head right now. This is a team that can score some runs. They have a pitcher that's reeling right now. They need to knock him out and knock him out ASAP.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. On a line to shortstop. And the runner gets back. No double play. And the next up will be Alex Verdugo. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Now a ball lined hard toward right center. And this hops over the wall out there for a ground rule double. And maybe a tough break, as that'll freeze the runner at third with 2 gone.
Definitely a break right there for the defense with the ground rule double. If that ball stays in play, there's a pretty good chance the runner from first is able to score since he's moving on contact with 2 outs. Instead, he's forced to stay at third, so we'll see if they're able to strand him there.
Drilled on the ground is short. Throw in time, and they stop the bleeding as this side is retired. 9 men come to the plate, 4 score. 2, 3, and 4 due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Red Sox 6 and the Mariners nothing.
Leading up for the Mariners, the left fielder, Taylor Trammell.
Sail into the windup. First pitch on its way. Taylor
Fucking-
stands in as he swings and misses for strike 1.
Offensive game plan needs to change right here. They need to get a little bit more aggressive. It's too late to try and work counts.
Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. There's a fastball on the inner third taken for a strike. Here comes the 1-2 from Sale. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
He's been in total control out there tonight. Gets the leadoff guy with a strike out there, and it just seems like...
If you're wondering why I left Sadler in, I thought, fuck it. Who cares? Like, whatever. Like, I'm not going to win this fucking game. I know you're supposed to go in and be like, hey, you can do it, whatever, fucking... I, offensively, over the last 4 games, including this game, it has been abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. Scoring a total of 7 runs in 3 games against a team that's not particularly good.
Popped him up. Frazier calls for it, and he makes the catch for the second out.
I'm making bad swings at pitchers' pitches.
Next here is
I'm all out of sync.
last time up.
I put way too many lefties in this lineup.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch.
I can't get anything going.
0-1. Now a fastball gets the upper part of the zone for strike 2.
Man, this guy's really pitched well so far, attacking the strike zone, and he's really...
We will bring in Munoz. We'll bring in Munoz, Brennan, and somebody else in the 9th.
0-2 pitch down the third baseline.
Although he doesn't use that pitch too much, if he's able to steal some strikes early in the count, could be something they have to think about.
And he comes back with a fastball. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. Mariners are down in order. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit.
It's all been small ball stuff for Boston. 2 runs on those 4
Here's
singles.
Heidi Watney with the report as we get set for the top of the 7th. Heidi?
Thanks, Matt. During the commercial break, I talked about the Red Sox offense with the Boston manager. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. Looking at the numbers, they currently have 4 hits coming from at-bats where they were behind in the count. That indicates that these guys are absolutely battling at the plate and making it very difficult for the opposition to get them out.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks.
Oh, that's weird. I think it's like the one time that we've seen it. It like go to Heidi and then ask. 58 games, 5-7 record, 20 holds, 72.2 innings pitched with that 2.35 ERA, 6 strikeouts away from 100 for Munoz, who throws 102 miles an hour, top speed on the fastball. Misses for a ball. Boy, if that has not been the problem all fucking day. This is not the time to start slipping and sliding here in the standings. A 1-game wild card is not good for me. That's really bad. I don't even know what I've thrown.
Now at the plate, Xander Bogaerts. He'll match up with a new pitcher to begin their half of the 7th. Here it comes. Good pitch.
There we go.
Inside black,
got that one.
Munoz.
That's one of the few times that he's called that pitch and it's actually worked out like that.
Yeah, this guy's fully settled in with this ball club right now. Knows what the manager and coaching staff expect from him. Is not taken aback by anything. He's been through the spring training process and gotten to know everybody in this organization top to bottom.
Swing and a miss on the
There we go.
fastball, and that's the first out.
Well, he certainly wasn't intimidated on the mound right there. He had to stare down a really good hitter, and instead of working around the zone, he challenged him with 3 straight good pitches. I like that he didn't give his opponent too much credit.
In now, J.D. Martinez.
And he puts it on the ground to second.
And that's the second out. Next, it'll be Bobby Dahlbeck. 2 RBIs already. Looking for more here. Now the first pitch.
Talk about stopping the bleeding right here. This guy has come in and just executed everything he's wanted to against this offense. Nice to settle the boys down, maybe regroup, and we can get the bats going.
Now the 0-2 pitch. Back up the middle. That's through a base hit, and he's got his...
Oh, again, with 2 strikes and 2 outs.
That's his 3rd single of the game.
I don't understand. I really don't know.
Yeah, just not trying to do too much, Dan. Taking what the pitcher's
I don't feel like I'm making pitches that are like
shooting it the other
that
way.
bad.
He's got something hanging in the middle of the plate, turning and burning a little bit. Nice execution.
Brian Goodwin is in with 2 away as he takes
Just reminds me of the fucking Baltimore bullshit game.
Sent on the ground out to second.
Come on, dude. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. The first 2 were like no problem.
Out in front right there, but he's able to pull that ground ball through the hole for a single.
Chavis.
Stepping in now, Michael Chavis. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time, it's 0-1. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Softly hit toward the hole, reined in. And the throw to first will be in time, so the Red Sox come up empty, and the inning is over. Boston strands a couple. They lead it 6-0.
Oh man. I thought when the game was 3-0, I thought like, okay, this is going to be a really tough hill to climb, but there's a possibility. And then it exploded to 6, and I thought, well,
First delivery to him.
just kidding.
Probably a design take right there. They need base runners, so they're going to make them try to bring the ball in the strike zone.
Swing, and he launches this one to deep left field. Gone! A Solo home run for Mitch Haniger. Number 25 for him on the year, and they're on the board at 6-1.
Woo! I feel like that's about how much enthusiasm you should have when you're getting blown the fuck out.
Finally able to get this offense potentially going with one swing of the bat, being shut out all game, but not anymore.
A little bit of a hanging change up there.
And it's belted high and deep into right center. Going back is the right fielder. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back.
What the fuck is happening?
Solo shot to right center.
The first one made sense because I went for it with Haniger.
The lead is cut to 4. It's 6-2 now.
Jake Fraley coming in with that kind of a home run? That is shocking.
Another excellent swing right there. That's multiple home runs in the same inning. Watch yourself. You're missing over the heart of the plate.
Fraley with 38 power.
Now batting, third baseman, Ty.
So here now is Ty France, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one.
What the fuck? Oh, that was a bad swing. Real bad swing, high and inside.
The 1-1. Swing and a line drive. He dives. Did he catch that? He did. What a play.
Fuck off.
First out.
We have been the victim of a lot of diving catches over the last
Tom Murphy
5
beat
games.
you out in his last AB. First pitch of the AB now.
That was a bad swing. It was way low in the zone. That was a power swing.
Only one out in the inning. Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2.
Pitcher's got options here. He looked a little bit out front. Might be able to rush a fastball by him.
A ball and 2 strikes to the Mariners catcher.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Still a ball and 2 strikes. Now another 1-2. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue.
Somehow we have him up around 10 pitches an inning.
And now a ball lifted into the air out towards center field. And that'll get down for a base hit.
It's the best competition in all of sport, the pitcher against the batter right there. He fouled off multiple pitches, refused to go down. Not only did he get a knock, but he ran some pitch total up too.
Standing in now, Sam Haggerty. Now a flare out toward right center. And that's in there, base hit. He'll hold at second, and there are 2 aboard now.
Dan, if they're going to crack through, this has got to be the opportunity they've been looking for right here. They've had a ton of hits, a ton of people on base, but no one has been able to come up with that big knock.
Well, you know what, Dilo, this pitcher's kind of worked around trouble the entire time so far. Another inning brewing right here. Let's see if they can't get a big hit here, right here, and bust through in this one.
Into the box, Donnie Walton.
What?
As he will look at a first
What is
pitch
happening?
fastball for ball 1. And he misses low with it, 2-0.
Hey, time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
Murphy on second. Haggerty is over at first with 1 away.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh
On
no!
the infield, and the infield fly rule will be in effect here.
Up next for Seattle.
And And now, Taylor Trammell. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat. First pitch on its way. Pops this one up. Chavis trying to get there. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball.
You're lucky if you get one pitch a night right down the middle. Cannot be late on that fastball.
Behind 0-2 now.
Late on that fastball
Get
again.
back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
Okay, found that one off.
Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to go a little bit further outside the zone. 3 foul balls in a row. He wants to get a swing and a miss on this next pitch.
There we go. So, the second one, unfortunately, I missed. Was right down the heart of the plate. I was looking slider there.
From the stretch. And he fouls this one off. Again, a 1-2. Got him on the
There
good
was the slider.
Swung and
God
missed
damn
as
it.
he's down on strikes for the second time tonight. So 2 runs come across here, both coming via the solo home run. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. It's the Red Sox 6 and the Mariners 2. Striding in for Boston, Adam Frazier. He'll start things out for us here in inning number 8. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
Well, we put a couple home runs on the board, so it's at least, I guess, respectable, but
Fouled off.
yeah, I don't know. I don't feel particularly great about the second one. The Fraley shot is really surprising.
Another way to left center.
There you go.
Trammell arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first out. So here is Alex Avila. He lined out in his last trip, so looking for better fortunes here.
Yeah, Matty, it's always a little frustrating when you square one up. You hit a solid line drive like he did, and all you have to show for it is a jog back to the dugout. That can get in your head for a little while.
Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike.
You know he's probably cheating on that inside pitch after he got jammed earlier. If you're on the mound right now, you want to try to hit that outside corner, and there's a pretty good chance you'll get him to roll over something.
Hard hit towards center.
Nice grab, Trammell. Hell yeah.
Toward the out. How about that?
The center fielder, number 99, Alex Verdugo.
All right,
So
2
the Red
outs.
Sox lineup
Can we
turns
put it away
over
here?
to the plate. Alex Verdugo. He's got 2 hits in 4 at-bats. Here's the first pitch. Now here's a slider that can't quite get back to the outside corner. It's ball 1.
Boy, that's a nasty breaking ball right there. Backdoor slider. Just missed the corner. As they say, that's a Hall of Fame pitch.
He was early on that. Why would you want to go right back to that pitch? Did you see how badly I missed?
Pulled toward right center field. On the run is Lewis. He
Okay.
gets there.
Now, thankfully, we were able to put that away. You know, it's saying something when Kyle Lewis, who is a 75 speed, is your slowest outfielder. Trammell, though, definitely stole a hit there. I like it. I like it. I like that 91 speed.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's
Oh,
pretty
fuck
good at the
off.
dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
Slater has the best view of this one, so he'll take it for the first out. So you've got to figure he's got a good chance here to finish this one off. And with that in mind, we take a look at the league leaders in complete games. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seeger. 0 for 3 to this point.
Yeah, not his game so far. He's such a good hitter. We all kind of expect him to pick up 2 or 3 hits most of the time. That's not really how baseball works, though.
First offering. Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one.
Why did I even swing at that?
And now the Red
Fuck
Sox will get a
me.
left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. goodness. 0-2 now.
Hey, after
I
that
tried to
terrible
check
swing,
swing.
you find yourself down 0-2, step out, deep breath, adjust the batting gloves, flip a coin, and go all in on something.
Trying to strike him out for the third time. Hard liner to center field. And he'll break through with a solid knock here, his first of the ball game.
Got to be a little frustrated on the offensive side. Yeah, everybody's getting knocks and the batting averages are flowing right now, but nobody's come up with that big runner in scoring position, 2-out knock kind of feel that really is going to break this game open.
Mitch Haniger the next to bat, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball one. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Grounded back up the middle.
Wow,
And
what
that
the
gets
fuck?
through for a 1-out base hit.
Okay, I thought for sure that was an inning-ending double play.
It's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove.
Oh, I didn't actually hit a button there. I apologize.
Watch your lips right there, Dad. Sent it back right where it came from.
At the plate now, Jake Fraley lifted down the line in left. And this will wind up a
Just foul.
ball.
God damn it.
So far, 2 for 3 in this one. A swinging
Fuck
strike.
me.
Now it's 0-2.
Man, the Mariners have been looking for that big hit pretty much all game long. It remains to be seen if they can get it, but now sure would be a great time.
Turned on, but it's wide at first and foul. The 0-2 once more. Liner towards second.
Oh,
This is
drats.
hauled in by the second baseman. So next to bat will be Ty France. He was robbed of a hit in his last at-bat, so he'll try to change his fortunes here.
Yeah, you got to control the controllables, Matty. All you can do is put barrel to baseball and see what happens. You cannot control the defensive wizardry on the other side.
Seeger rounds the corner and is headed home. Play at the plate, and he's out. Great throw. Mariners leave a couple. They still trail here. It's 6-2. Now it'll be Austin Slater. And to start out the inning, it looks like they've decided to stick with the same reliever out there, Dan.
They have, Matt. I think the way he pitched the last inning kind of inspired that. But it's not uncommon for relief pitchers to have troubles after they sit and watch their guys swing the bat a bit. We'll see if he stays as sharp as he was before.
Strike 2.
I made sure to not give
It's right there.
anybody an opportunity to come through with something big.
Even if you do that, it's a tough pitch to keep fair.
And on 0-2, he misses with a fastball.
Stone cold take right there. That fastball very well could have sent him packing back to the bench.
The 1-2 offering looked like a slider that time, but it's 2-2. And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
That's what you call clipping the outside corner. Great movement on that slider, and it completely locked up the hitter. Didn't fool the umpire, though.
At the plate, Xander Bogaerts, as he takes a called strike on the
I mean, he's tired, but he's still throwing 102.
4 effort for him so far in the ball game. The 0-1 delivery. Tried to shoot the corner and he missed it. 2-2.
That was a nasty sweeping slider right there. If he was able to just catch the corner a little bit, he would have picked up that backwards K.
And this is going to find its way into left for a one-out knock.
I mean, that has to
Oh,
frustrate the guy
boy.
on the mound right there. You get him down 0-2, no put-away pitch, works the count back to neutral, and is able to mix in a base hit. Nice job.
As he looks at a fastball,
Really bad
for strike
fucking.
one. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point.
This is a just get rid of it game. It's just fuck it, you know. Like, don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Just move on from it.
And he pulled up
It was really ugly.
called strike 2.
We finally got something kind of going. Bad base running.
Count remains at
People
0-2.
must love when they watch these videos. They hear me go, I'm not going to talk about it anymore, then proceed to describe what went wrong.
Down the left field line and deep. And it's a foul ball. The 0-2 once more. In the dirt, and now let's see. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. And costly as the runner will move into scoring position now.
Well, the intent there with that 2-strike pitch was obviously to get him to fish for something he couldn't do a whole lot with, but there's the risk that comes with that as well. If you don't execute or your catcher can't handle it very well, you give up free bases.
Another 1-2 delivery. Drilled to the left side. And that's through into left, a base hit. And now this is bobbled in left. He'll get it into second. And he is out, trying for 2 bases, but credit him with a single and an RBI here. Now at the plate is Bobby Dahlbeck. Now the reliever remains in the game here, having pitched. Brendan Brennan takes over now with 2 gone here in the top of inning number 9. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider, 0-1.
Swing and a miss on a nasty slider right there. Always felt toughest pitch in the game. If you're a guy who liked to work the big part of the field, you were on that fastball middle away. That slider looked like a heater for about 56 feet 6 inches.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And there's strike 3. So we'll
All right,
see
well,
how
that worked out.
managed to
Brought him in. Didn't even worry about warming him up.
Tie.
Just said, fuck it. Just go for it.
2 hits in the inning for Boston. We'll see 8, 9, and 1 due up in the bottom of inning number 9. It's the Red Sox 7 and the Mariners 2. Austin Bryce.
Oh, he's not going to get the complete game. Fuck you, Chris Sale, you fucking piece of shit. Take you and your fucking slider and suck it.
Now at the plate here is
Tom Murphy. He would have been the man to have the opportunity with bases loaded. But instead, I elected to not let that happen.
First pitch of the AB on its way. Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. He's through first and hustling for second. And he is into second with a double, his 3rd hit of the night.
Wow, could you imagine?
And this might be the kind of AB that gets him out of that slump. Smart hitting here.
Nah, I'm just kidding. This is a different pitcher. Impossible to tell, but I didn't give myself the opportunity to see what happened. I thought it was going to be a safer play, and I just... Seeger and Murphy are both like high 30s speed, and it's just not a good idea to send that stuff. I'm a little more on time with his...
Brings it out to center, and that's in there, base hit.
That one I would have scored. It was a much better throw the first time around. Probably a little deeper.
Looking at first and third. Yeah, sometimes you wake up, you just get smacked in the mouth right here. He's going to have to start executing pitches. He cannot leave a ball over the heart of the plate right here. He's going to have damage on his hands.
Now back to the top of the lineup, stepping in, Donnie Walton. And these guys are making a little push here. You have to like the effort despite the odds.
Yeah, you really do, Matt. Look,
A little more on time with his fastball for some reason.
They string a couple of hits together here, and all of a sudden this thing feels doable.
As the first
Outside.
pitch misses to him, it's ball 1.
We're good.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him.
1-0 pitch on the way.
Ooh, yuck.
Went
Ugh.
after the high one there. A
Gross.
swing and a miss. And some action now in the Boston bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing.
We're at the top of the lineup here.
The 1-1 home. Lifts it into the air to shallow center. Verdugo has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner.
Now batting. Left
Trammell is 0 for 4 today.
Runners at the corners here with only one gone.
Can we get him a first major league hit here? You'd hate to go 0 for in your first game.
First pitch on the way. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble.
I should have gotten him to second.
Runner scores all the way from first as they try and chip away at their deficit. It's now a 7-4
There it is.
contest.
That's a good way to get a
And there's
first hit.
probably no happier person in the ballpark. Taylor
I-
Trammell has just collected
I'm
his
really bad
first
about
hit
sending
in
it.
the
I should have sent him
big
to
leagues, and
second.
as is customary, there's the
But that's
ball
okay.
being sent
I
into
got
the
2 runs
dugout.
scored.
Someone will tuck it away
And he's a
for
91
his
speed,
trophy
so.
case.
Yeah, good for him, and congratulations. Listen, he's worked his entire lifetime for this moment, and he's obviously trying to play it cool right now, but you can bet inside his head, he's on top of the world.
Adam Ottavino comes on here looking to get the
Adam
final
Ottavino.
2 outs and earn the save.
They'll bring him in for a save opportunity now. 45 games. He has an 0-3 record, 2 blown saves, 42.1 innings with a 3.19 ERA, 55 to 23 strikeouts to walks. And he gets to greet Kyle Lewis. He unfortunately has a much slower... Oh, that sinker's gross.
To the plate now, Kyle Lewis, as he tries to go out and get the slider, but it's not there. It's strike one. Ottavino, a veteran at 35 years of age. He's an 11-year vet at the major league level, so he certainly put together a nice career in professional baseball.
Yeah, Matty, you ain't kidding right there. 10 years, we refer to that in the biz as hitting full pension.
Popped up. Bogarts is there for it. 2 down.
Made a little noise here in the ninth, which is nice,
Kyle
but...
Seeger, and he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the ninth. Here's the first pitch. Trammell leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. A ball and a strike.
Well, he's following the code not to miss down and into a
What?
lefty. Everything on the outer half of the plate.
What? Okay.
The 1-1. Yanked hard, but foul to the right. Last chance for the Mariners. A swing and a ground ball to third. Throw on to first, and the Red Sox
All right, well,
have taken
the Red Sox
the
win
lead
7-4.
on the road as the ball game is over.
Well, there's another save, but that's just not any other save.
Made a little noise there at the end, but we'll shower this one off and move on to game number 2. Not what I was looking for.
Is the
That was
final score in tonight's game. The Boston Red Sox took the lead in the fourth and
Ooh,
held on until
that
the
big
end.
6th inning.
Earns his 12th
So
victory in the ball game as he
part
turns
there,
the
it was a
lead
kind of a
to
2-part
1-0.
problem, right? So problem part number 1
Runs to come across in the
was
losing
that
effort. So
I didn't actually have anybody warmed
tonight,
up
for
to
Mike
take
Rosa, Dan
the place
Plesac,
of
and
Sadler.
Milwaukee, this is Matt Sturgeon. You've
I
been
should have been way
watching
more
the
aggressive in
show.
checking that and
Find
just
us
at
on
least tried to bring someone new in to stop the
MLB
bleeding.
Show.
But then things kind of just got out of hand, and I was being stubborn, and I was getting a little frustrated, and I just wasn't. We almost got as many hits as they had, and I don't know. That score makes it look way more respectable than it was. Michael Chavis, he's the player of the game. Somehow. He was 1 for 4 with a triple and 2 ribbies. I mean, Martinez was 3 for 5. Bogarts was 3 for 5. Whatever. Chris Sale gets the win, pitched 8 innings, 11 hits, 5 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. Casey Sadler got beat up a little bit today on the mound. 6 innings, 11 hits, 1 strikeout. 6 earned runs. Adam Ottavino actually ended up with a save because of the 2 runs we scored in the 9th. Poor decision-making in the 6th inning, giving up the 4 runs, not bringing in a new pitcher. And the 8th inning send of Kyle Seeger kind of doomed us. Fortunately, we were able to get Tom Murphy home, so that non-send, like, the send with Haniger didn't affect, or affected the decision, but didn't really affect the outcome, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't overreact by not sending Tom Murphy in the 9th. Shouldn't have sent Kyle Seeger in the 8th, but whatever. There you go. I'm just going to move on from this one. 7-4 is your score. Sadler's ERA goes up a little bit to 2.83. I don't remember what it was at the beginning, but I do think it went up a fairly noticeable chunk. 97 strikeouts. He's 3 away from 100. 168.1 innings pitched and does have 5 losses. Chris Sale eclipsed the 200 inning mark, but could not get the complete game. We'll try again tomorrow against Boston. Yeah, there you go. 7-4 is your final. There's nothing else to say because I'm going to move on from it. While I do this little outro, be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring that bell, make sure you're notified when I post new videos. Baseball every day at 1 p.m. Pacific time right here on youtube.com/Shawnosaurus Rex. Hopefully you enjoyed today's game, and we'll see you tomorrow. Go Mariners.